Hello everyone, and welcome to Mr. Ichinaga's English videos. This video's theme is...
What's your name?
My name in Japan is Murugan Neal, but in South Africa, Neal Murugan.
And what's your relationship to Mr. Ichinaga?
My relationship with Mr. Ichinaga is we have become firm friends since our first meeting at the 2023 All Japan Debate Tournament. I was fortunate enough to be introduced to him by a dear friend of mine in Nagano, Chris Mancy. And they say weird belongs with weird. That's how we ended up being friends.
So, what is your hometown?
Well, my hometown before coming to Japan was the city Johannesburg in South Africa. But in the 18 years I've been in Japan, my family have relocated to the coast, and now once I leave Japan on August 5th, my new hometown will be Cape Town in South Africa.
Okay. And how long have you lived in Japan?
As of July 31st, I have been in Japan for a grand total of 18 years. I lived in inner city down south in Nagano for 3 years, and I spent the next 15 years in Matsumoto City in Nagano Prefecture.
And what's your favorite food?
Alright, quick question. Japanese food or South African food?
Both.
Oh, alright. In South Africa, my favorite is flame roll Portuguese chicken, boerewors, South African sausage, and number 3, my mother's crab curry, which is spicy that will burn the roof of your head. In Japan, my top 3 foods: number 1, okonomiyaki. Number 2, takoyaki, because my first girlfriend in Japan lived in Kansai, so I spent a lot of time in Kansai and I like Kansai food. But number 3 is a dish I was fortunate enough to share with Mr. Ichinaga, is Nagano soba, especially zaru soba in the hot summer's day. All Japanese food is delicious, so it's very difficult to pick.
And, well, until recently, what's your job?
Well, up until the 31st of July, I was employed as an assistant language teacher or English teacher in Nagano Prefecture. So I taught high school for 15 years and I taught elementary and junior high for 3 years, but most of my time was high school English teacher.
Okay, and what are your hobbies?
Alright, I have a confession to make. I'm a little otaku. I'm a nerd of great proportions, but not as big as Mr. Ichinaga. So I like cooking, eating, traveling, reading, playing music. But my things I like to do a lot is I'm an avid gamer. I have a PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4 Pro, PS5, DS Switch, Nintendo Switch, and DS Lite. So I love games, and it's a good way to relax. But also, I like listening and playing music. It calms me down after the violence of video games.
And what is your favorite place to go sightseeing?
In Japan?
Sure.
Well, you're looking at one of my favorite places. Even though I live in Matsumoto, Matsumoto Castle is always a favorite spot to visit. In Nagano-ken, Kamikochi, the nature reserve, in any season is beautiful to visit. But my favorite place in Japan is the Kagoshima and Kyushu, but the island of Yakushima to see the Jomonsugi. Unfortunately, very far and very expensive to get to, but it's my favorite spot in all of Japan. And I was inspired because I watched the Ghibli movie Mononoke Hime and fell in love with the forest. Sorry, very long answer.
So how many times have you been to Matsumoto Castle?
Including with Mr. Ichinaga yesterday, that would be visit number 79, as in going in and climbing the castle. But having been to the castle in probably out in 1 week. I would say at least once or twice a week, every week for 15 years.
Wow.
So I love the castle.
So what was your favorite class or subject in high school?
Believe it or not, I hated English. My favorite subject was history and geography. Geography because I wanted to learn about new places and things that I could travel to when I could afford. So I was not the best English student in high school, which is ironic. I became an English teacher.
So what extracurricular activities did you do in high school?
Again, I was a nerd of note. I belonged to audiovisual club, chess club, but I also did a little bit of track and field. But yeah, I played a little bit of music in high school, but I was too shy to join a club. But yeah, my forte was chess.
And let's see, what's your favorite movie or TV show?
So with Mr. Ichinaga, we have something in common. The original Star Trek was groundbreaking for a kid growing up in apartheid South Africa. So the original Star Trek will forever be my favorite in my heart. And in contradiction, my favorite movies are the original Star Wars trilogy. So again, sci-fi nerd.
Okay, and thank you very much.